welcome back to this, the final edition of today's Price of Business on this Tuesday. Hope it's a great day for you. Talking to you about you and your business. One of my favorite people to get on here, get him on every week, the one and only Charles Alvarez. He is with Cornerstone Business Academy. He's a great business coach and marketing coach and mentor and consultant, and works with a lot of companies of all sizes. I guess his sweet spot, though, are those mid-market companies that are trying to deal with enterprise-level companies and other mid-market companies, and that's where he likes to gravitate towards. Always glad to have him on. He's phenomenal at what he does. I can speak firsthand. If you want a testimony of how great his work is, all you have to do is ask me. Charles, good to see you.
Good to be here, Kevin.
Real quickly, kind of give us an overview of what Cornerstone Business Academy is all about, and then introduce your guest for us today.
Well, what we're interested in is basically seeing, people reach their full potential that God has created them for, within their business context. And whether that means generating more leads, closing more sales, finding the right people for their business, or just streamlining the business so they can serve more people and really fulfill the purpose here on earth is what we do. Speaking of which, our guest today, Sid Sen, with Integris Projects, does just that. Sid, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about what you do.
What do I do? Whatever my wife and God tells me to do.
I hope it's not in that order.
No, but sometimes. But she has God on her speed dial, so she knows before I know what he wants, and I'm like, okay, honey. But seriously, Integris was founded in 1983 as a small mom-and-pop roofing company. At the time, the founder, Nelson Alvarez, was a fourth-generation roofer. His dad was a roofer. His grandpa was a roofer. They're all roofers. And to this day, all of his brothers are in commercial and residential roofing. We became friends sometime around 2008. And through a series of events, I joined his team in 2009. So he's a roofer. A hurricane hits, Hurricane Ike. As you can imagine, hurricanes are great for roofing. His business explodes. He pretty much says, Sid, can you come help me optimize and take care of this? I said no. I was a petrochemical marketing researcher and a petrochemical engineer at the time, working for Bechtel. I had no desire to go into small business. He convinced me. He actually said, you and I are friends. Sometimes you have to take a step of faith. If you believe that God has us here for a reason, who are you going to trust, your own instincts or God? So I prayed about it. I asked him what he was offering. He offered me 50% of the company for free. He took an act of faith. God told him to give me 50% of his company. That was back in 2009. Today, in 2014, we do a little bit over $20 million in sales. We're a full government contractor. What that means is we will do whatever the government has a need for, whether it's construction, logistics, shipping, strategic planning, human resources, information technology. We make revenues in all those verticals. And we're happy what we're doing because we get to talk about Christ every day with the people that you'd want to hear about Christ, our soldiers and our government officials, like Congress people.
Are all of your clients government?
90%. When we started in 2009, it was about 10%, but we've really focused hard on making the government our exclusive client. Now we're at around 10% private industry and 90% federal government.
Very good. Charles?
So tell us, Sid, what are some of the challenges that your customers are facing, and why are you, because the government can choose from, several thousand contracting companies. What makes you different, and why does the government do so much business with you?
Well, first of all, they don't realize that they do a lot of business with us. Last year, in 2013, they spent over $432 billion on government contractors.
Wow.
So in perspective, Integris is less than even a basis point on a percentage point. And that's probably a part of the reason why we're happy. No one is gunning for us. No one is looking for us. The government is so decentralized and so fragmented that you have literally hundreds of thousands of people with access to the federal government's checkbook. Contracting officers, public administrators, aides to Congress people, maintenance guys, you name it. Everybody who works for the government has some way of spending the government's money. We have made it a point to set ourselves aside in a variety of different ways to get the low-hanging fruit. We are seen by the government as a trusted go-to generalist. Mm-hmm. And our brand over the last few years has been significantly exploding to the point that the Department of Defense and the Army Corps of Engineers have both highlighted us at their national conferences. Mm-hmm. So just this year, the Army Corps of Engineers highlighted Integris as a winning story and the type of contractor that they want more of.
Sid, we got like 2 minutes left, and I know I have a couple of more, at least one more question I want to get through. So try to, if you could tighten it up just a little bit, and I do want to give your website, ETEGRIS projects.com. INTEGRIS projects.com. Charles?
So, Sid, tell us about it. One thing that I find that makes y'all extraordinarily unique is the way that you have set up your quote-unquote employees, to where basically every single person within your organization benefits from the growth of the company, which means that the quality of work they deliver is second to none. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's more about God and less about me. We were reading Genesis. We do a Bible study almost every day. And one of the things that we were reading in Genesis was the original way that God had conditioned man. He set man to work. He told man that he had to toil, that he had to work really hard, to do everything unto the Lord, to bring his first fruits to the Lord without worrying about gold or glory. So what we did at our company is we said, that's what we want to be. So every single employee that works with us takes a vow. The first vow is they eat what they kill. Everybody in my company, no one except for one administrator makes a salary. Everybody only gets paid when the company brings in a project. The second thing is whether or not you were the lead on the project or you lift an envelope. Everybody gets prospered. We all eat together. So it's no longer an eat what you kill and only you get to eat. It's we all eat when we kill. And I know kill seems gross, but it's been really beneficial. In the last 3 years since we've been doing this, we haven't lost a single person. Our crews, our laborers coming back, and they're happy.
I gotta wrap it up. Thanks so much for being with us. Website one more time, INTEGRIS projects.com. Charles Alvarez, he's at cornerstonebusinessacademy.com. Thanks to both you gentlemen. When we come back tomorrow, much more for you right here on The Price of Business.